Naka-live na ako. Ayan na, nice. Kamusta kayo? Uy, si Elvin. Saglit lang nga. Uy, si Matthew. Kamusta ka, Matthew? Ay, thank you for your time. Just let me know kung may any questions kayo so far dun sa ating mga previous topics, and also if you have questions along the way, just let me know in the comments. Binabasa ko naman siya. Yan. Hello kay Engineer Alamar. Yan. Saka si Elvin. Kamusta kayo? Yan po. So today I'm planning to give some books. Saglit lang po. Inaabot ko lang siya. Kasi po, ito po yung book na bala ko ibigay today. This is called My Budget Diary by Chinky Tan. So I have 3 pieces in excess. So papamigay ko po siya later on dun sa mga gustong sumali. So to join, just do the following steps na nilagay ko. Mali yung aking guide. Mali yung aking numbering. But yes, all you need to do is just to invite your friends to like our page, and also invite them as well to our group here. Then third is you need to like or react on this video. So for the next hour. And also, last but not least, just comment these words at exclamation point notify Magpundar Budget 091920. So yan po. So ano na, naka-live pa rin ako. Ayan, thank you. Kamusta kayo dyan? Sana okay pa kayo. So I'll be starting by 7:03. Sige po. Let me know kung rinig niyo yung audio ko, ha. Rinig ba ako dyan? Mahina. Ito. Ba't kaya mahina? Ako may tinatahol na aso. Nalaman niyang nagla-live ako. So tatahol siya mamaya. Check ko nga sa end ko. Ba't siya mahina? I need to check on something. Uy. Kamusta po? Uy, naman na. Nice. What time is it na po? 7:03. Sige po, I'll start na. Let me know kung mahina yung boses. Ngayon ko palang gagamitin tong hindi po to sponsored yung mic na gamit ko po ngayon. So yan. Okay, to start po, good evening sa lahat. And thank you again for being here. I think it's my fifth fifth video na po when it comes to this topic na financial planning po. So, I'm doing this topic po about budgeting. So, yan. To start this session po, I need to ask this question. So, you can comment kung ano yung nasa thoughts niyo po ngayon. So, why is it hard to budget my income? So, yan po. Yun po yung first question. Bakit po mahirap mag-budget ng sahod or income? Whether you receive it on every cut-off, 15, twice a month, 30th, or I experienced 1 month na sahod from 2 cut-offs tapos naging 1 month. Doon ako nahirapan. So, yeah. So, just let me know your thoughts. Bakit po mahirap mag-budget ng income? So, ayan po. Okay. So, Shopee. Yeah, I just bought Shopee items. Ngayon, na-receive ko siya. Today. So, ayan po. So, Shopee. So, generally, online selling or online shopping. Yung iba po nahirapan during this pandemic because kamunti yung sahod nila. Pwedeng ganun po. Or nawalan po sila ng work. So, yung dati po nilang kinikita for the previous months, bumaba po. Or yung iba po is talagang nawalan ng work. So, kaya po sila nahihirapan mag-budget. It's because sobrang tight na po nung kanilang budget and then babawasan niyo po ng income. So, iba po is nagkaroon ng emergency during this time. Kaya, nahirapan po sila mag-budget. Or, one thing na madalas ko pong naririnig kapag may kinakausap po is loan, yung mga may utang po. So, marami pong Filipino families na may utang. So, yun po. So, kaya po sila nahihirapan mag-budget is because, yun nga po, medyo baon po sila sa utang. And siguro yung another top reasons bakit po nahihirapan mag-budget is because marami po silang dependents. Dependents po. So, ibig sabihin, kahit di po sila yung parent or yung tatay or nanay or panganay, minsan po nagiging breadwinner po sila sa family. So, kaya nahihirapan po silang mag-budget. Lalo na pag dumami po yung dependents, nag-aaral na po yung mga kapatid or so on and so forth po. So, minsan po sa kanila po naka-depend yung mga family members. So, yun lang po yung mga naisip ko na reasons. So, you can add it mamaya or keep comments coming. Just let me know. Yan po. So, is that a reason of what madalas po why talaga. Marami pong reasons. We can give many reasons bakit tayo nahihirapan mag-budget. And I know this is a valid reason or you have valid reason bakit po mahirap. So, another question that I will throw to you this evening is, for example, si person A po is nag-purchase siya ng isang gadget or hindi naman po limited sa computer. But he spent around 50,000 pesos for that particular gadget or sabihin po natin na ano bang binibili na 50,000? Gadget lang po naiisip ko. But siguro mga ibang items na mamahalin po talaga. So this is person A and person B naman po is he or she is spending 200 peso a day for something like Starbucks or hindi, kahit di naman po Starbucks or pwedeng milk tea or any food, comfort food na naiisip niyo po. Ang comfort food ko po kasi minsan kapag-delivery po talaga. Example po, nag-crave ako sa ganitong food. So, yan po. So, sa tingin niyo po, sino yung magaling mag-budget po dyan? Yung bumili po ng 50,000 peso na gadget or yung a person who is willing to pay or to buy something 200 pesos for 200 pesos a day. Yeah. Sa tingin nyo po. So, just let me know in the comments. I'll give you another minute. Just let me know your thoughts po. Yan. So, yan po. Yan po. Hello kay yan si Abby, si Diego, si Aya, si Oscar. Ayun si Lodi Oscar. Kamusta po? Okay. Okay. Well, if you're thinking about this question, medyo gagani mga sa judgmental skills po natin kung sino pa yung magaling mag-budget. Kasi pwedeng may budget po talaga siya for buying a Starbucks coffee or milk tea per day. Pwede naman pong ganun. Or di po kasi natin alam yung situation ni person B kung kaya afford niya po ba talagang yung ganitong lifestyle. And the same goes with the previous person who purchased 50,000 peso worth of gadgets. So the point here is, yeah, tama si Jago. It depends kung para saan yung gamit ng gadget. Yeah, pwedeng bumili lang siya out of pure curiosity or the trend na may bagong model. So, di naman talaga niya magagamit or wala talagang purpose yung bibili niya. So, sayang din naman. The point here is, it's not about the amount of money that you're going to spend. There should be a reason behind it. Why? Because I believe when you're making a financial decision, it comes first with your mindset and your behavior on how you view things. So, pwede kasing isang middle class person, he or she is buying, or a normal professional, he or she is buying this coffee. And then, merong manager na kaya din bumili nito, no? So, di natin masasabi talaga kung based on these numbers alone. Yeah, so what's the purpose of it? What's the purpose of making this financial decision to spend around 200 pesos a day or 50,000 on a certain thing? So, mali mo mayaman talaga siya or medyo middle class lang. So, yeah, my point on this slide is, it's not about the money itself, but the reason behind it, the purpose why you're doing this. So, mali mo, pinag-ipunan niya talaga yung 50,000, oh, di ba? So, that's it. Another question, where do people spend their money? So, bakit or saan po nila madalas gamitin yung kanilang income or salary? So, I'll give you some siguro common things na binibili po ng mga sumisweldo sa ngayong pandemic po, or usually na ginagastos po nila. So, number 1 on my list, so pwedeng kayo din po ito, food. Yan, so mahilig po talaga. Personally, ako po nung nag-work na po ako, since nakaka-stress po yung work before, ngayon din naman po naman. Pero yeah, less stress naman po. Food is life. So, yun po. Madalas po, kailangan po talaga na ilabas yung stress through food. I don't know kung nakaka-relate ko kayo sa akin. But based on the average, an individual income earner spends 10 to 20% po ng kanilang income na pupunta sa pagkain. So, I don't know kung mataas pa po kayo dyan sa 20%. So, pwede nyo pong tingnan or i-check nyo po yung inyong budget. Kung gano'n na po kalaki yung ginagastos nyo sa food. So, ngayon po uso kasi yung online delivery. So, madali na po talagang maka-access sa ganito. So 10 to 20% on an average. How about the bills? Ito po yung madalas na kumakain sa budget ng mga nakakausap ko rin po. 25 to 40% po yung madalas na napupunta yung budget sa bills. So yun po. Medyo masakit po talaga ito kasi kailangan po talaga natin siya. Another one. So ngayon pong pandemic, marami pong nauusan na ganito. So when it comes to your wants, so kanina po, that's your needs. Syempre, kailangan po natin kumain. And we have our monthly bills. How about our wants? Sa wants po natin, so, madalas po is para maka-cope up po sila sa stress, they are doing online shopping. So, based on an average po, 15 to 20%. So, you can check kung nasa average pa po kayo or medyo lagpas po. Ingat lang po tayo. Yun naman po ang reminder. So, okay lang pong gumastos. So, ito pong travel, medyo na-postpone po ito because of the pandemic. But on average, on a millennial, siguro generation population, they are willing to spend or to save for the travel fund from 10 to 15%. So, yun po. So, most of my, syempre kabatch po, ayan, nagta-travel po talaga sila. Di lang po once a year, siguro every quarter, pwedeng pong ganun. But siguro kung wala pong pandemic, nasan po ba kayo ngayon? Yeah, siguro question ko rin po sa inyo. Nasan po kaya ngayon kung walang pandemic? Siguro nagta-travel din po ako. May mga nakaplano na rin po kami. But yeah, hindi po mawawala talaga itong part na to sa budget when it comes to a millennial. Sino po ba hindi ano ba sunod sa millennial? When it comes to health, a normal income earner is willing to spend 3 to 5% naman po. Kasi yung iba, nadineglect po nila itong portion nito. So sana po ngayong, since we have this crisis, you can increase your emergency fund when it comes to your health. Siguro kahit mas mataas na po sana sa 5% per month na kapag tabi po kayo kasi sobrang delikado po ng ating situation. So, actually, your best defense in this crisis is a good health talaga. So, piliin nyo rin po yung kakainin. Make sure that you are eating healthy or exercising your exercise and also mental health yun talaga. But based on an interview din, yan, they're willing to set aside 5% for their health concerns. Yun nga lang po, sad to say, not all of the families are doing this. But on our generation, yung mga kabatch ko po, yan po, nakapagtabi naman po sila kahit papano for their health. Masyado pong health concern din yung mga ating generation sa ngayon. Yan. Another siguro dilemma when it comes to budgeting on our generation is the family itself, because marami po yung nagkakaroon po tayo ng dependency sa mga income earners ngayon. Lalo na kapag yung parents natin is not able to provide for their own income. So, based on a survey din, a certain breadwinner will spend at least siguro 20% of his income na pupunta talaga, or her income pupunta po sa kanilang family. So, lalo na po kapag marami pa siblings. So, kaya po nahihirapan din, just like what I said, it's because of this kind of situation. So, why is it important to budget? Ano po yung importance? Bakit po natin kailangan mag-budget? I'll just give you one word for this evening not for the sake of time, but to give you a point na pag naalala niyo yung salitang budget, this word will come into your mind agad. Okay. And this word is, when it comes to budgeting, the important word is direction. Okay. So, malalaman ko kasi kapag yung isang income earner is doing his or her homework when it comes to budgeting, kapag walang direction yung kanyang income. Ayan. So, kasi pag dumating sa inyo yung income nyo, and then wala kayong direction, wala kayong purpose or goal on your mind, mahirap po talaga. So, when it comes to budgeting, marami pong reasons bakit nyo po kailangan mag-budget. But, for this session, just give you one word, direction. Isipin nyo lang po talaga, ano po yung goal nyo. Kasi iba-iba po tayo ng goal. When it comes to your finances, some of us are earning their income because of this financial goal. For example, you're planning to buy a house or you're planning to start a business. Kasi iba-iba po tayo ng direction. But the principle is na you're doing your budget because you're heading into something. So kapag wala po kasing direction, mahirap po siya. Wala pong vision. Wala po kayong goal. So it's really good that when you do your budget, do not focus on the numbers, do not focus on the income itself, but ano po yung direction niya gusto niyo pong mangyari. So isipin niyo na po siya bago niyo po gawin. Mahirap po talaga mag-budget kasi it's a discipline. But one secret when it comes to doing this is direction lang po. Kailangan po tayo po yung nagko-control. Yan po, tayo po yung nagko-control sa ating budget. Tayo po yung nag-manage. Not the other way around because it's not the design for us. Yan po. So, direction. Direction is the key word why we should be doing our budget. Ngayon po, I will not give, like, siguro may mga na-attendan na po kayong mga budgeting sessions. But for this session po, I will not give a certain formula. Ayan po. Why? Yeah, ask me why. Bakit po ako hindi magbibigay ng certain formula? Kasi, sa dami ko po na nakausap lately and during this pandemic, I just realized po na my budget is not like everyone else's. Opo. So, ako po, iba po yung financial needs ko po dun sa iba ko po nakakausap. So, kapag may nakakausap po ako na isang income earner, so lately lang po, ang dami ko po talaga nakausap na kapag-set po kami ng schedule. I just realized na iba-iba po talaga yung situation natin. So, I need to step on their shoes. I need to step on their situation, understand them, where are they coming from, bakit po nila nagawa yung mga ganong financial decision. So, I will not say to them na mali yung ginawa mo or dapat ito na lang yung ginawa mo. Medyo nakakasawa na po yung ganong situation na, ano mo yun, kasi hindi rin talaga nila ma-realize yung mistakes nila. But, one thing I realize is, my situation is different from theirs. So, I need to understand them, I need to empathize with them so that they will realize that ano yung direction na gusto nilang gawin. So, my current purpose kapag ako po yung nagpa-financial planning session is, ano yung goal nyo? Yun, dun po talaga ako nag-upisa. Ano yung goal nyo? Bakit nyo gusto ayusin yung finances nyo? Kasi ako po, iba yung goal ko po sa inyo. So, what we will do is to align your goals to your budget. So, yan. If you want this financial goal, you need to do something on your budget. So, hindi ko po talaga kayo pwedeng pilitin. I can give recommendations, but the decision, the half of the success is on your hands po. So, your budget is unique than everyone else's. But what I can give to you, I can offer to you this evening is some principles that you can do, you can apply, you can think about when it comes to budgeting. So I hope this is something will help, kasi alam ko nagbabudget na kayo. You have your own budgeting since you started working siguro, or once you're receiving your allowances na nag-aaral pa kayo. So I know yung experience na humawak ng pera. So yan, let's go, let's run this through. Okay, so one principle that I can share with you is really to track your money. Okay, saan po napupunta yung mga expenses? Saan po na siya napupunta? Mahirap po kasi maghanap nung nawawala. So yun po. Or hindi niyo pa napapansin na iwan na po kayo ng pera nyo. Hindi po tao, yung money. So, ay nawala na lang pala siya. So you need to keep track on your money. First of all, you need to list all your expenses if you're that detailed enough to track it on a daily basis, or pwede nyo rin pong gawin on your comfortable your frequency or time frame. Pwede po. So weekly, pwedeng monthly, you will track your expenses. So it depends on your personality din po. So basta ang principle is you need to make sure that most of the time alam nyo po yung ginagastos nyo. Yan po. Most of the time alam nyo po kung saan napupunta yung money nyo, para hindi po kayo nagtataka, ay, naubos na pala yung pera ko. Wala na pala. Tapos may dumating pong delivery. So, yun po. So, muntika na po ako kanina. So, yun po. Confession po. Muntika na po ako kaninang dahil wala po ako na-withdraw sa Wala na po pala akong cash. Dahil marami pong expenses. So, yun lang po. And also, when you're listing your expenses, you categorize them. Yan. So, categorize nyo po yung mga expenses ninyo, kung ano po yung magkakaparehas. So, wala pong example for this evening, but yeah, I know that you understand this. I have faith in you guys. So, yeah. Check the biggest. So, for this point naman, you need to assess your financial situation kapag you're tracking your money, because you want to know, kapag nakita mo na yung expenses mo, makikita mo na kasi kung saan ka malalaking gumastos. So, kung pagkain ba, sa rent, sa bills mo, masyado malaki, or sa mga things na hindi mo pala talaga kailangan. So, this is an eye-opener kapag nagawa nyo po ito. Makikita nyo na, ay, ganito pala yung kalaking ginagastos ko dito. So, medyo mapapaisip na po kayo, magiging aware na po. Kasi awareness is the key when it comes to budgeting. So, mayroon pong mag-advise kapag hindi po kayo aware dun sa inyong financial situation, ganito na pala yung nagagastos ko sa isang certain category. So, just to make sure that you list all your expenses, you categorize them, and hanapin nyo po agad yung biggest. Yan po. So, kaya po siya naging biggest, it's because yun po yung inyong financial personality, or yun po yung inyong financial need. So, hindi ko po kayo advise na tanggalin nyo po yun. Kasi syempre, doon po kayo gumagastos na malaki. So, ibig sabihin, it is something important to you. So, what we can do is, if you can cut some small expenses na nakikita nyo po sa category. So, kung kaya nyo pong eliminate yung mga maliliit na expenses, maganda rin po. Kasi, atakihin po natin muna yung mga maliliit, or yung pag may tumutulo po, so yung butas po, yun po muna yung ating i-check. Yan po. Before tayo palit ng, yan. So, yun po yung logic for that one. So, and also, when it comes to tracking your money, you can reduce or look for alternatives. For example, ang point po dito is, if you can find something of a cheaper value, or same thing naman na gumagana, it has the same functions, and cheaper and quality naman din, so why not look for an alternative? Use it, or spend on it rather than sa mga branded. So, example ko lang po, sa mga branded na items, Yes, maganda po siya. But malalaman nyo po kasi kapag yung brand is just selling their brand already alone. So, budget tip lang din po. So, kung kaya pong makabili ng alternative dun sa branded into something na generic naman po. So, mas maganda rin po siya. So, it's one way of cutting small expenses din po. So, dun din po siya papasok. So, pero don't sacrifice quality dun sa cheaper price. So, find the balance din po. Yun po yung warning ko sa inyo na minsan po kasi kapag cheaper, mas mapapagastos pa kayo kapag nasira agad. So, papapalitan nyo pa po, papaayusin. Tapos pag di na po gumana talaga is, kailangan bibili rin po kayo ng magandang quality. So, strike the balance lang din po of being matipid and being yun nga po when it comes to expending. So when it comes to tracking money, I hope that this is something clear, that I hope na you are tracking your expenses din po. So just like what I said kanina rin po is, I believe that there is no perfect and ideal formula when it comes to budgeting na dapat ganitong percentage sa ganito. But given that you're doing your budget, ang talagang given po talaga na percentage is yung tithing po and your needs. So those are two important things when you're giving and you're prioritizing your needs. So wala pong excuses po dun. Kasi that those two areas are important, but all the other expenses na gagawin nyo po, there's no perfect formula. Wala pong ideal na formula. Because when it comes to budgeting, we need to assess your financial situation first. It's like the logic of a doctor and his or her patient. We need to assess your situation first before I prescribe a certain advice or a certain financial move na pwede nyo pong gawin. So, it's not like parang bili ka na ng ganito and it will work on all people, on all ages. That's why I'm also, I call this, yung importance of financial literacy, or asking people or asking an expert for an advice or something that you can talk with. Kasi mahirap po na yung kailan po yung nag-assess and kailan din po yung maganda rin po na you will hear something from another person's perspective. So just like sa mga trainings namin before, financial planning is not one size fits all po. So, iba-iba po kasi tayo ng financial situation, iba-iba po tayo ng financial needs. That's why, from time to time, make sure that, for example, from a single to becoming married, your budget will eventually turn upside down. Sobrang mag-iiba po yung budget nyo. And the budget that I'm doing when I'm single, it's not applicable anymore. So, I need to adjust. So, wala po talagang one size fits all when it comes to budgeting. So, it depends on your financial situation. So, pwedeng kayo po ay may utang. So, your budget for that financial situation of having debt is different from a person na wala pong utang. So, your percentages will be different to that another person na wala pong utang. So, do not compare yourself with someone na iba po yung financial situation sa inyo. So, yun po. So, don't pressure then yourself to buy something na hindi niyo po talaga afford or wala, out of budget po talaga. Kasi, baka siya po, afford niya po yung kasi pinagpupunan niyo po talaga. How about kapag meron kayong dependents? Pag nagkaroon na po ako ng dependents soon, ayan na po, mag-180 degrees na naman po yung aking budget. So, yan po. So, mag-iiba po siya. So, I need to adjust myself. And also, you need to have a plan when there's a situation na mawawalan po kayo ng work. So, iba po yung ating budget for that. Or, kailangan yung maging wise din po kayo sa inyong budgeting on a different financial situation. So, my point here is, there's no one size fits all when it comes to budgeting na 50% ganito. Though, binibigay ko po siya in something na para magkaroon po kayo na idea how to start. Yan po. So, mag-iiba po talaga yan. Depends on your situation. So, I hope that is something clear to you. So, wala namang po masamang sumunod sa mga formula na, for example, 10% tithes, 50% needs, 30% wants. Ayos lang po yan. Basta, that will fit for your financial needs. Pero pag hindi po talaga, di po natin pwedeng pilitin, we need to assess your situation first. Yan po. So, kasi po, may utang po kayo, ay ibang usapan po yung debt. So, I need to assess your situation or someone na expert na or alam niyo po na mapagkakatiwalaan niyo po. Yan. So, what are the misconceptions when it comes to budgeting? So, yan po. Common misconceptions po about budgeting is that, number one, my income is not enough to budget. So, yan po. So, marami po nagsasabi na, hindi na lang po ako mag-budget kasi kulang naman po talaga yung income ko. So, bahala na po. And, alam ko naman po mauubos talaga yan. So, why budget? I need to address this mindset po. Kasi, whether you're earning that much or kahit enough lang po or sa tingin nyo pong kulang, the keyword na sinabi ko po kanina is direction. So, kung wala po tayong direction when it comes to our budgeting, kahit mayaman po kayo or you're earning that much, 100,000 peso per month, kung wala po kayong direction, nothing will happen. So, mababankrupt po kayo, magkakaroon po kayo ng utang. So, bakit po kasi na your income is not enough? Because you're doing wrong financial decisions or you're not doing a budget in the first place. So, actually, it's the reverse. So, my income is not enough, so I should budget. Diba? So, I should budget because it's not enough. It's not enough. I need to do something to make it enough. So, yun, di po ba kayo na nababahala na hindi enough yung yung income ko this month. So, I need to do something. I need to take control. I need to make wiser decisions right now. Diba? So, that's one common misconception. Lalo na po sa mga middle class and low income earners. So, hindi po talaga sila madalas mag-budget. It's because of this mindset. So, pwede naman pong mindset ito sa mga malalaking kumita. But yeah, whether you're earning siguro malaki or hindi, or maliit lang po, it does not depend. Budgeting is not dependent on the income po. On the level of income na kailangan 50,000 na yung a month yung pera ko para lang ako mag-budget. Kasi if you're not starting it on a small basis, wala pong mangyayari. Hindi po, kahit tumaki pa yung saldo nyo, hindi nyo po makukuha yung discipline of budgeting kasi hindi po kayo nag-start sa maliit. So, sana po, when it comes to high school students, maturo na po din yung financial literacy. I know they are planning to make this possible, to make this part of the curriculum when it comes to financial literacy starting high school pa lang. So, I have people ages high school and up na they're already interested in investing. So, diba, sila nga wala pa silang income but they are starting to realize these things. So, how much more tayo po na we're earning enough. Siyan po. How about this mindset, misconception? Is it hard to budget and mahirap po mag-budget kasi nasasayang po yung oras ko? Actually, when we plan to fail, we are failing to plan. Yan po. So, kapag di po tayo nagbabudget, we are setting ourselves to fail. Yan po talaga. Ayan po. Planning is part of life. So, hindi lang po tayo nagpaplanos when it comes to our physical needs, our mental needs, our love life, and our other needs, but also in finances. So, it may take away, siguro, once a week, pwede ka magplano ng budget mo. The goal is, here is direction, not, iba kasi parang iniisip nila na, mamaya, may point ako dito na, gusto kong i-share din. Pero, yeah, parang sayang daw kasi sa oras kapag nag-budget ka, hindi mo naman nasusunod. It makes sense. It makes sense na, yeah, madalas hindi mo siya nasusunod. Pero, it's a matter of control talaga. It's hard to budget if your heart is not into it. So, yan po. So, yan po yung isa ko ding point na it's really hard to budget kapag ayaw nyo po talaga. Siguro, kailangan po talaga may mangyari. Or, wag naman po sana. But, the earlier, the wiser decisions that you can make, the better po. So, yan po. So, another misconception when it comes to budgeting is, it will hurt my image if I say no to a lot of things. So, parang, for example, nasa situation po kayo na, ay, ang KJ mo naman, ayaw mo sumama sa amin, ayaw mo naman gumastos. But, malakas po talaga yung peer pressure pagdating po sa work na, ay, bili tayo ng ganito, or, it's good to have good friends din naman in the office, but, yeah, learn to say no then at times. For example, I have colleagues din na may family na, so, pag nagkakayaan na bumili ng something, yung mga iba namin kasama sa office before, so yun, yung mga napapansin ko po yung mga family man, sobrang bait po nila kasi alam po nila yung priority nila na ay, this is for my family, so I will not spend on something na papakain ko na lang sa family ko. So siguro nakakaiba po talaga kapag may iba po yung mindset kapag may anak na, pero sa atin po na wala pa po or wala pang dependents, learn the habit of saying no din kapag di po talaga kaya ng budget nyo. Learn to say no. It's really hard to say no, but it will save you to a lot of damages. So yan po. And then when it comes to budgeting, maling mindset din po yung ganito na nag-i-stick na ako sa budget tapos wala na akong freedom. Wala na akong freedom na pumili ng gusto kong bilhin. First of all, what is important to you? The freedom of choosing, or the having freedom from debt, from financial losses, from experiencing something na ayaw mong mangyari. So, choose the decision is really hard, but if you think on this, yung freedom na makapili ka ng pero hindi naman talaga siya pasok sa budget mo, it will really hurt your finances soon. Pag practice mo yung babalik ako dun sa point na saying no. Pag ito pa lang, ito yung medyo malalang version ng mindset na yun na ayoko mag-budget kasi hindi na ako makakapili ng gusto ko. One principle na sinabi ko din kanina is yung choosing alternatives. You can enjoy your salary by spending less, but it has the same quality, it has the same purpose, diba? Hindi naman kailangan branded every now and then. You can reward yourself by spending on the branded things from time, siguro once in a blue moon or once a year. Yep. The point is I would choose to be financially free than having the freedom of choosing what I want, but di naman talaga siya kaya ng budget ko. So, yeah. So, again, there's no perfect formula for budgeting kasi iba-iba po tayo ng financial situation. If you're looking for someone na pwede nyo makausap, I can offer my help, or if you know someone na financial advisor din, I recommend na lumapit din po kayo sa kanila or to me so that you can assess your financial situation. It's really good to be transparent on this matter. Yeah, for example, may balak po talaga kayong gawin na financial decision. So, maganda din makarinig ng ibang opinion or ibang perspective. So, yan. Some few points po before I end. So, kasi sa title po ng aking session is Don't Feel Bad. So, don't feel bad if you spend as long as you're in the budget po. And next is reminder for all of us, know your limits. Okay, every credit card has a limit. Meron pong limit yung credit card. Kayo rin po, yung financial yung salary niyo po may limit lang. So, ingat din po tayo sa paggamit. So, know your limits. Alamin niyo po yung financial capacity niyo po. So, when it comes to budgeting, I don't focus on the numbers, but on the purpose of why I'm doing this financial decision, because it's really good to remember what is important to you right now. What is important to you? Are you planning to get a job, or are you planning to get a promotion or make a career change in your life? So yan po, once you do that financial decision, your budget will come along with that. How about living below your means? So I know this is a common thing na maririnig nyo when it comes to financial planning sessions, but this is really important that your spending should be less than what you make. Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to budgeting, magpapasurvey lang po ako. Ano yung prefer nyo na budgeting tool? So yan po. So you can comment din po sa ating live session, ano po yung ginagamit nyo po kapag nagbabudget kayo. So, yan po. So, just like what I said, hindi po ito yung session na we will tackle all your expenses, because I want it to be personal. So, if you want to have a session with me, we can do that. We can list all your expenses, you're tracking it, and then we can make recommendations ano yung pwede nyo pong gawin. Yeah. For me, ang ginagamit ko po dito is, ayan po, yung mga nakalista po dito is, ayan, yung iba po gumagamit ng envelope system when they are doing their budget. Iba naman po is nakalista sa notebook, or iba gumagamit po ng app. So, yun. Iba naman po is Excel. So, yan po. So, the point is, kahit ano po yung gamitin nyo, it's okay. So, as long as you're doing it right, you're doing it properly, the tool is really a great help. Yeah. So, any tools that you can do just to make your budget, it's really good. Simple. Okay. May exercise lang po ako sa inyo. Kaya po. May quiz po kayo. Joke lang. Meron po akong case study here na I will show you. Number one is this guy, or I don't know kung lalaki siya or babae, but this income earner is spending most of his ano po yung mga observe nyo dito sa budgeting na ginagawa niya ngayon. Ayan po. See, I'll give you mga 2 minutes po to check. Ano po yung nakikita nyo, na-observe nyo po sa kanyang budgeting. So yun po, feel free to check kung ano po yung napapansin nyo na medyo parang ano to So, just to summarize itong budgeting na to, ang ginagawa niya po ngayon is sa case study natin, family is napupunta pa sa family 35%, sa kanyang basic needs like food and bills 20% po, rent is nag-rent po siya 10%, then meron siyang travel fund 5%, and nagbabayad po siya ng loan na 10%. So, yun po. Ito po yung case study ko. Hindi ko po siya papangalanan. But yeah, ganito po yung kanyang budget. But for the sake of this session, ito po yung may bigay ko example. Yan. So, yung family po, family needs. Napupunta po sa family. So, yun, pwedeng bigay po sa parents, bigay sa kapatid. So, yun po yung family. So, I think, siya po ay, breadwinner. Yan. Pwede mong ganun. So, yun po. Sabi ni Kuya Joseph, Excel and listing. Ay, yan po. Ganyan din po ako. Para sa inyong family. Family, yan po yung sa mga needs ng family. Sa any member po of the family. So, yun po. It's from Diego, wala siyang budget for savings. Yan, good point. Sige. So, for this case study po, I made a few recommendations sa kanya. So, feel free din po to add. Depende on your experience din po. We can improve this budget altogether. But, for the sake of the session, ito po yung binigay ko sa kanya. Or, pwede ko pong ma-recommend dun sa nagbabudget po ngayon, dun sa ating case study. Sabi ko po sa kanya is, you can help your family to generate income by themselves. Medyo malaki po kasi yung nabibigay niya sa family niya. It's not wrong naman to help. But I hope that the family will be able to find another source of income beside the breadwinner. Yan po, kung pwede po sila mag-business or hanap po sila ng sari-sari store or something like that. Basta lang po may pagkitaan po sila. Yan po. Medyo mahirap po kasi kapag siya lang po yung nagdadala ng income sa family. Paano po pag hindi na po siya makapag-work? So, yan po, makakat po yung income ng family. So, my first recommendation po sa kanya is help your family to generate income. So, tinake naman po niya yung advice na yon. Number 2, pwede niya po i-check kung he or she is spending too much on food. Kasi yan po. Kung kaya po na di branded yung mga kinakain or fast food, yan po. Be mindful of the bills. So, kung kaya pong magtipid sa kuryente or sa tubig or sa internet, yan. So, pwede niya pong i-check kung may pwede pa siyang i-cut dun sa portion na yon. For the portion of eliminating debt, I ask him or her kung hanggang kailan niya babayaran to. So, yan. So, for the meantime, kasama talaga yan sa budget niya. So, sabi ko sa kanya, ituloy-tuloy mo lang yan hanggang sa mabayaran mo yung utang mo. So, it's really hard to have a loan. So, when you're making these financial decisions, make sure that di ma-hurt yung budget mo. Makakain ka pa din kahit nangutang ka. So, yan. And make sure to eliminate your debt. Bayaran mo siya as soon as possible. Lalo na kapag may interest rate. When it comes to travel expenses, since COVID ngayon, so you can convert your travel expenses to your savings. So, yan. So, pwede po yan. When it comes to rent expenses, he or she can look for an alternative kung pwede siyang tumira sa bahay ng parents niya or kapatid niya. just to lessen their rent expenses. And also, if you can come up with a way to increase your cash flow, for example, you're working, you can do a sideline, a part-time, or investing para magkaroon ka ng ibang source of income. Baka kasi masyado na mabigat for yourself. So, yan. So, final thoughts for tonight. Sabi po ni Dave Ramsey, a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. So, direction is really important. Budget is not about numbers po. It's about the direction you want to go with the money that you have. So, it's really good stewardship. It's really good management of your money. Do not, as much as possible, do not waste it. Because it's your resource. Make wise financial decisions po. Lalo na po sa panahon ngayon. I hope this is something that is helpful po sa inyo. Thank you for your time. I'll give some few minutes po for questions until 8 o'clock. So, just let me know po. So, by the way po, I'm choosing people na makatanggap po na ating book. So, yan po. From the viewers po today. So, yan po. 3 books po. So, yan. So, sana po manalo po kayo. The book is this one po. Budget Diary by Chinkitan. So, yan po. So, meron po kasi akong sobra. So, I'll giving this away so that this is something that you can read, you can think about, and you can apply po. Salamat. Yan po. Let me check with the comments po. With Kuya O. Sa amin mga nakatulong yung last eating out. If pwede naman magluto. Yes po, talagang you can maximize your budget. Mas mura po talaga yung lutong bahay. Sa totoo lang po. So, ako pa yung namamalengke sa bahay. So, mura po yung gulay. So, minsan po gulay na lang po kami. Yan po. Kasi matipid. Saka masarap po yung gulay. Yan po. Healthy pa. Saka fruits. Yan po. So, yung fast food ko po namin, nag-alat lang po kami ng day na, sige, we can eat fast food. So, yan po. So, as much as possible in this pandemic po, we are trying to cook our own food, which is a good expense cutting din po sa inyo. Yan. So, yun po, to help our page, just invite your friends po to like our financial page po. And also, you can invite them to this group. I'm doing live sessions Saturdays. Next po is 2 Saturdays, which is October na po pala. Next week. So, that is October 3 po yung aking next. So, iba na po yung topic for that time. So, this live session will be recorded here in this page, in this group, so that you can check it out dun po sa mga hindi nakapanood today. Again, thank you po for your time. I will end this call. I will end this session. Marami pong salamat. Sige, may pahabol po si... Ayun po, Diego. Sige. Sir, paano po kung inconsistent yung flow ng income, ano po yung magandang budget plan? For this one, ang naisip ko kasi dito is, ano yung possible na pinakamababang income na pwede mong ma-receive? Pwede mo nang i-anticipate yun eh. Pwede mo na siya i-check from month to month kung ano yung pinakamababa mo na-receive. So, pwede mo nang gawin is, from that reference, you can do a budget. Na yun na yung emergency plan mo. Kapag ganito, for example, almost 50% yung nawala or dun sa original income na nare-receive mo, meron ka ng backup plan na, ay, ito na yung gagastusin ko for this time. And also, when you're receiving much, don't exhaust it. Huwag mo ubusin yun, no? Magtira ka din para just in case lang din na mababa na yung income mo, may emergency fund ka na tinatawag. It's good to have savings as your emergency fund sana kapag may mga ganun situation so that kaya mo pa rin i-maintain yung lifestyle mo kahit mababa yung sahod mo. So, pwedeng ganun. Emergency funds lang. Pero kung wala emergency funds, ang contingency plan natin is make sure na at least anticipate mo yung pinakamababa mo income. So, tapos gawa ka ng budget out of that. So, yan. So, I hope that something helpful sa'yo. Yan. Check pa ako na ibang comments. Again, thank you po sa inyong time. So, yan po. If you don't have any concerns, see you po again next month. Simple.